This is me, not Joe.
Welcome to this Thursday afternoon, 12 o'clock. It is time for preseason football. That's right. Tonight we'll be watching preseason football, Hall of Fame game. But before that, we're going to go visit ADP. Currently, as we stand today, where are you drafting these players? Where are we drafting these players? Where should these players go? And will anyone fall? Will anyone rise? And we're also going to look at our Fantasy Now Plus tools that we have now on our website. Thankfully for our awesome, amazing person, Justin Barley, who you just saw. So, Justin, let's cut to the chase. Let's get this thing started.
You're watching Fantasy Now Plus.
Hey, we made it. Listen, it's
Awful.
been a week. School is starting for me, at least for my kids. So it's a lot. Justin's a lot. We're here though. We made it on a Thursday. We're never here on Thursday. We're usually here on Wednesdays at noon. So if you're catching us randomly over the internet, check us out on Wednesdays. But pretty soon we'll be here every day. That's right. Every single day, mostly at noon. We'll have some night shows as well, but we're ramping up for the season as the season gets going. Justin, are you excited for the Hall of Fame? Are you excited for Carson Beck?
No, I'm not. Not at all.
Someone tried to send me a trade offer for a second round pick to acquire for Beck. And I'm thinking, like, just because he's starting a Hall of Fame game, you think I'm going to bite on that? That's how players play sometimes. It's like, hey, I respect it because you never know what players are thinking when they'll snap accept something. You never know. And then the league explodes. Oh, it's collusion. Why would you do that? Dude, brother, I just sent out a trade. They accepted it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, be that as it may, we do have a lot to get to. ADP. I'm trying to pull that up right now, but I have to log in. So Justin, have you checked out ADP lately? I don't use ADP.
I've got ADP up right now.
Right.
And who do I think would win between the Panthers or Cardinals? Doesn't matter. That's the real question. It's the Hall of Fame game. But if I had to pick, I'm probably going to go with the Panthers.
Yeah,
I
Panthers.
don't know.
Dave
We're
Canales,
talking about
head
like
coach.
the third
Yeah,
and fourth string players. I mean, it's truly
I think
there's no
the
starting
Panthers are
point.
a better team. They won the NFC South last year. They have a better
Yeah,
head
but
coach. They have a better
this is
stability. But
depth.
I know it's a Hall of
This
Fame
is
game. I know.
third and fourth string. Like this
But
is
you have
not
to
first or
understand,
second string.
there's people out there that want their team to win regardless. You have to
Panthers
understand that.
taking the Panthers tonight.
And that's cool. Like that means we're back into it. No more baseball. No more, as what my son, or as what I call it, soccer, but my son calls it football. No
Yeah,
more soccer to watch. No more baseball. No, we got football coming. We should be happy. I hear so many people complaining. Carson Beck versus who? It's football. What are we complaining about? We had to watch boring people run back and forth kicking a ball for hours on end.
it's
Finally get some
beautiful.
real action.
It's
Sure.
beautiful.
I'm not buying into it. You guys can all do that all yourselves and talk yourselves into liking a fake sport. I will continue to like my football.
The most popular sport in the world in history had more viewers watch the World Cup than the Super Bowl has had in the last 10 years
Hey,
combined.
Taylor Swift's the most popular musician in the world. She's not good, in my opinion. So we have better other tastes. We all listen. Some people like pineapple on their pizza, and they're all wrong. So anyway, let's get to ADP. Who score is going to
Not
be
10 to
nine?
7.
I said 9-7, dude. I was going to go 9-7. All right, yeah,
10
we're
7.
thinking low
There will be
scoring,
one touchdown.
and it's going to be scored by. It's going to be
Kenny
scored
Pickett.
by.
Kenny Pickett. We are updating every day. That is straight from Sleeper. Notice how Jalen Polk has dropped 12,000 leagues because he decided he was going to retire. On the right side, you can see our rankings here. You can even sort through our rankings as well. But this shows you the top 15 of each in for draft and for dynasty. So pretty neat there. You can even see all of our content here, including this episode that is running right now. All of that is there as well as some promo codes for drafters. 100% deposit match up to $100. So you put in 100, they'll give you 200 total. So
Yep.
do that. But here in the tools and graphics section, you can actually come right down here to live draft guide. And you can kind of play with your own draft here. Picking at 6, you can see who's here. You can change your position, everything up here. Or you can even type in your name. So let's type in the Josh Kimmel and see
Ooh,
what
yeah.
Josh is doing here. We can pick a
Yeah.
league. Where are you drafting at right now, Josh?
I'm not drafting anywhere currently, but the sleeper one, the redraft, Knights, Devi Knights redraft, that one just completed. Or no, I'm not drafting. Oh, I'm drafting a super league, but that's my fantasy league.
That's my fantasy league. So this
I'm
is
not
about
having.
too bad. But yeah, this will show you also. This should show you the roster, exactly what's going on. These starting positions are not super accurate here. So if you see this part not reflecting on what your draft is showing, you can also come up to this roster selection and change some of the settings to what is actually there. So we'll add a super flex. We'll get rid of defense, kickers, and drop that all the way down to 1 bench. I think that's 14. Does that count for? That's 13. So 1 more flex, I think. Maybe it was 2 running back, 2
Boom.
5 flex. Anyways, so you can actually come through and see that, and it'll reflect appropriately. So pretty cool tools out there. All of this is on fantasynowplus.com, and it's free. That's the best part.
Free.
You don't have to be signed up. You don't have to be
Free.
paying for this service. We offer this to you for free.
Free. Look,
So pretty cool.
a
There's
lot of you
also a
guys
mock
go into.
draft setting.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
I was going to
there's
go
a
in here
mock
real
draft
quick.
setting where you can come in here and mock draft. You can even look at the board where people are
Look,
drafting.
it's insane.
All of this for free.
One last thing, because I'll forget this. All you people go into your live drafts and you forget your notebook, your paper, your whatever, and you have nothing else to go off on. Right here, free. You can just put your sleeper name in there. You could, as the picks go in there. This is a perfect
this is my
tool.
super league draft board right here. Like I can see every pick right through here. I can even I can use the plan ahead functionality that will allow me to start planning ahead where like, okay, these 3 people just got picked. Now I can come back here and get rid of the draft board, and I can go, I want Josh Downs, and I can come back into my draft board and see, okay, oh, it's my pick again. Like you can plan ahead with the live data that is in your draft. That's the best feature, I think, is that yeah, you can see our rankings, you can see who we suggest, but then you could take that one step farther and see who's going to be there 4 rounds later by just mock drafting. So that is cool. There will be additional features that we're going to add to our website, but get this first. Like this is free. This is very valuable parts here. So yeah.
All right. Well, let's get on to the big meat of the matter, which is ADP, average draft position. If you're new to fantasy, yes, there are new players every single year that come to fantasy, and they might not know what ADP is. So if you're watching this for the first time, you're Googling, you're young, you're 14 years old in your first fantasy league ever. You're like, what is ADP? People keep talking ADP. It's average draft position. Fantasy Pros is the site I'm on right now that I'm using. It takes a bunch of sites like ESPN, Sleeper, CBS, NFL, wherever you draft from, and they compile it into one, and they show you where the average person drafts that said person. So, for example, ADP, what I'm looking at, which I think is crazy, Jahmyr Gibbs is sitting at 101 right now. He is the number 1 picked player in all fantasy and PPR. I'm looking at full PPR settings. Are you looking at half PPR? I can change it.
I'm looking at full.
Okay. So Jahmyr Gibbs is now the first player being taken overall. So if you're new and you're lost, don't be afraid. There's a lot of sites out there. There's a lot of they can be intimidating. They just throw out jargon that you may not know. Well, we're not that site. We're here for you guys. So if you have any other questions, just comment in the chat. We'll definitely get to them. But ADP, I don't like using it. I don't like following the flow, but I will say it can be useful because I do think Kyler is going to be a top 5 quarterback, for example. I do think that. But why would I draft him there? Because ADP says I could probably get him at pick 158, quarterback 17. Why reach on a player? So, like, it is hard to find the ADP that's right for you, but keep that in mind. What are you looking for? Are you looking for ADP that tailors to your style, or are you looking at the real picture and you want the real deal Holyfield? So that's the only thing is Superflex is going to be hard for you to gauge because it's impossible with limited sites out there. But I want to get right into the meat of the matter of it. I'm looking at ADP. I already talked about Kyler. We're not going to talk about Kyler anymore today. Done. Done. Because we've already spoken about it. I want to get your opinion on this one, Mr. Justin, because I don't understand it whatsoever. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. You ready for this? Okay, cool. So we would agree that, Bucky Irvin's the starting quarter running back in Tampa Bay. We would agree on that, correct? We would agree that when he played the first 5 games of the season last year, he was scoring well upwards of 18 points a game. We agree on that because that's a fact. We have to agree on that. That's a fact.
That's
Then
a
he gets
fact,
hurt.
yeah.
Then he gets hurt, and then Tampa does what they do, and they cycle in running backs. And then he comes back, and he's very effective again. And he ends the season out kind of strong, but not super strong. So so ADP is telling me that they'd rather have Travis Etienne in a new spot in New Orleans, Cam Scatterboo, who has never been proven, who's always injured, and a lot of other guys who we don't actually like on this show. What do you think it is about Bucky Irvin? Do you think you see him rising through the ranks as casual leagues start heading up?
I think Bucky Irving will be one that rises up because once you realize that he is the RB1 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that's going to be the thing. I mean, we've been big Bucky fans on this show since he was a rookie. RB20 is low. Like, that's low for a starting running back that actually gets volume. He's a good pass catcher. I think the reason why he's fallen is Kenneth Gainwell is now there as well. And truthfully, Kenneth Gainwell has been a lot better than Rashad White as of late. So Gainwell had a pretty good season. So I think that's eating into those opportunities. And people are scared that the opportunity for Bucky Irving's not going to be quite there because they have a guy like Kenneth Gainwell who went in there and literally just took over the Pittsburgh starting job.
I could agree with you on that. Gainwell had 114 carries last year, averaged 4.7, yards per carry. So he was effective on the ground. The main thing was his catching ability. He had 73 catches last season. 73. Like, that's a lot for a running back, but we have to remember we're switching offensive coordinators. We're going from Arthur Smith, who uses Cordell Patterson in ways. He uses Bijan Robinson in his own ways. Like, he has his own ways with running backs and players, running backs specifically. Think about it. Patterson was a running back for him. He hated Bijan for some reason, and he just likes to do weird things with his running backs. Maybe Jalen Warren was a better running back, and he just didn't utilize him correctly. Warren still had more carries, more yards. His average was just as good as Kenneth Gainwell, sitting at 4.5 per. It's just what separated Gainwell from Warren last year with the Steelers was the rushing attempts. I don't think Gainwell is going to get the same amount of rushing attempts because I think what people are missing, I know, take a shot if you heard me say this before, but Sean Tucker is still there. And I think they're going to use Sean Tucker as the 1-2 back, and Kenneth Gainwell is going to be that passing down back. And I don't think Zach Robinson, the new offensive coordinator in Tampa, is really going to hyper focus on Kenneth Gainwell just like Arthur Smith did. What did Gainwell do before? He was fine. He was okay. He blew up in Pittsburgh. How many breakout running backs happen at that age for Kenneth Gainwell? That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying he's going to be ineffective. I'm just saying I think a lot of people are saying he's going to be more involved than he actually is going to be involved.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Gainwell had 85 targets last year, which was only like 5th in the league for running backs. The Buccaneers had 45 for Rashad White, 35 went to Bucky. Sean Tucker had 11. So I do agree there. I think Gainwell is going to be more in the passing downs. He'll be out there. They'll roll him out. But at what point are we now concerned that, Gainwell's out there? It's obviously a passing play. Bucky Irving's out there. It's obviously a running play. Like, I think the Colts ran into the same situation last year where the last couple of years where Jonathan Taylor wasn't as good of a receiving running back as other running backs are in the league, and they subbed him out for DJ Giddens or somebody random on the team. And then everyone knew instantly, the Colts are obviously not running the ball, but Jonathan Taylor is off the field. The Colts are running the ball. Jonathan Taylor is on the field. I'm a little concerned about that for Bucky. That if the defenses start to read that, oh, Bucky's out there, he's probably running the ball, that could end up stacking the box against him.
Agreed. The next person we're going to shift from running back to wide receiver because we just have a couple more minutes here. Hard out today at 12:30. Apologize for that, guys. But a guy that just got signed, a guy who was just signed to the Washington Commanders and is projected, in my opinion, to be the wide receiver one on that football team. We're talking about Stephon Diggs, currently going ADP 57 right now. We can all agree he's going to be the highest riser out of any player we talk about today. We can agree on that. He's currently going below Debo Samuels, Rashid Shaheed. Who is Jalen Coker? Never heard of her. We got a bunch of people. I've heard of Jalen Coker, but we got a bunch of people here that he's being drafted under because you were all afraid if he wasn't going to get signed. Now he is signed. Justin, are you comfortable moving him up, or not moving him up, but drafting him somewhere as a wide receiver 3 range rather than where he's going now with Washington and Jaden Daniels?
ADP will rise for Stephon Diggs. It's clear. And honestly, ADP will rise on Jaden Daniels as well. Diggs goes to the team with a young quarterback. It's just death, taxes, and Diggs going to teams with young quarterbacks. That's just the rule now. Like, there is no other rule for Stephon Diggs. He has to go to a team with a young quarterback. It's just, I don't know. It's the rule. But Diggs will rise. He probably will be wide receiver 1. Could be wide receiver 2 with Terry McLaurin. Terry is still a good wide receiver. Don't get me wrong. But Diggs will rise. Yeah, he is.
Okay. All right.
Diggs will rise. I would be happy with him having him as a wide receiver 3, but you can take a shot on him deep because people might not. If you're in a draft right now, it's perfect timing because then you could just draft him in like the late rounds and get a starting wide receiver late. So that's interesting. His ADP was only so low because he's a free agent, and many times have we seen veteran wide receivers that have been really good not get signed until weeks 8, 9, 10. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins, like, that's one that comes to mind when he signed with the Chiefs, like in week 10 of that season. Like, often it doesn't happen right away. But Diggs did get signed before camp really started, so he will have time to mesh in there, and I think by week 1 he'll be fine.
Right. I'm going to get to that question after my analysis on Diggs, and I'm going to sit here and go, you know what? We're not in like showdown season yet, so I can't really combat you with this, but I will say this. DeAndre Hopkins, when he was signing in week 8, 9, 10, wasn't leading his team the year before in receiving yards and receptions like Stephon Diggs did. 85 catches last year, over 1,000 yards. People are forgetting that. You know, you guys champion this Parker Washington fellow as some next big thing, and he might be. I'm not saying he's not. And I know he's a lot younger than Stephon Diggs, but you can't tell me Diggs is not just in a greater spot, or not greater, equal as good a spot as Parker Washington is. Parker Washington might be in a worse spot. He's got to deal with whatever you want to say about Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter and all these other weapons with Liam Cohen. You might want to say, oh, well, Diggs only has McLaurin and Chig to outbeat, and he could do that. He did it last year. He outbeat Henry. He outbeat all those other receivers on the, can't talk right now, on the Patriots. Again, a guy who led his team in receptions and yardage. He had only 4 touchdowns, which that's concerning. He was never a touchdown guy to begin with. Him going to Washington gives that whole offense much more security. I'm all in on Diggs this year. He's one of my guys, as you've known this. I've already had him ranked in the top 35. So I don't have to move him up, guys. So I will say this about Diggs. Draft him as your wide receiver 3 and 4, and you're going to be very happy because of the production he produces every year. Every year he goes to hold on, you said young? You said young quarterbacks? No. Let me talk to you. He goes to the room that has no receivers. When he went to Buffalo, who do they have? When he went to New England, who do they have? When he was in Minnesota, who do they have? Bums. He elevates the room. I love Diggs. Diggs is GOAT. Shout out, Viking Dave. Who's next on this list, Justin? I picked them both out. You got to pick. Oh, yeah,
talk about this real quick.
Yeah, thoughts on
QB,
quarterback, running
backs
backs
in general. Last year, if you stacked Caleb and Swift, you'd get 40 touchdowns. Zach and Williams 45 touchdowns. Stafford and Kyron 59 touchdowns. The floor in an elite offense is bulletproof, right? I only like quarterback running back stacks if they matter. If the running back is a pass catcher, it matters. If he's a sole runner and does not get passing, it does not truly matter. It's not truly a stack. It's only a stack if the quarterback throws the ball to the running back for a touchdown.
I'm going to disagree for 5 seconds and nothing long. I promise. I like this if it's Josh Allen and James Cook, because when they're on the goal line, you go, oh, my running back's going to score a touchdown or Josh is going to throw a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I'm 100% going to get a touchdown on this play. So unless it's like a weird, fullback dive or like they throw it to the offensive line. So it's okay to laugh. One, I love that, but it has to be the right person. Caleb and Swift can get it done. I don't really like Stafford and Kyron that much because I don't think Stafford has that much of ability, but to rush it in. But he could, of course, throw 45 something touchdowns. Of course he can. So I love what you're thinking. I'm picking up what you're putting down, but it can't be like a Malik Willis and Devon Achane situation. It can't be that. It has to be where both guys are producing high value numbers. Let's talk quarterback real quick. We're going to skip the tight end because we already know those guys, and then we're going to get out of here. Do you want to pick the guy or do you want me to pick the guy? Don't pick Tyler.
Let's talk about Sam Darnold. QB 22 on the season right now. 159 overall. We're talking about the quarterback that led the Seahawks to the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl, has JSN as the wide receiver. That's the biggest part to me, is that JSN puts up big numbers. Like obviously wide receiver 1 numbers, top 3 wide receiver. You look at other wide receivers that are in the top, Jamar Chase, you're throwing Joe Burrow in the top 12, Puka Nacua, Matt Stafford's probably in the top 15, but mostly because of his age. JSN's 3, AJ Brown with, Amon-Ra St. Brown with Detroit. Goff is top 16 probably. But the fact that Sam Darnold is 22, that's barely even a super flex position. We're talking about underneath Malik Willis, Tyler Shuck. Like, why is he so low?
Because, Justin, he's Sam Darnold. All they have is JSN. All we need to see is week 1, JSN, Torrey ACL. What do we have? The risk is too high for players to commit to a Sam Darnold, because if JSN's not there, he has AJ Barner. He has a rookie running back who's probably going to struggle with pass pro. Let's be real. People don't realize pass pro is so important. When Charbonnet comes back, who knows if that rookie running back Price is going to even be on the field, but that's another topic for another day. Who else do they have after JSN? Raheem Shaheed is just he's a phenomenal player, but he's not consistent. I think the risk is too high, Justin. And if you look at quarterbacks that are going around him, which like a Daniel Jones, Cam Ward, CJ Stroud, even Malik Willis, they don't provide as much upside as a Sam Darnold with a JSN. But without a JSN, what is a Sam Darnold? Is he closer to a Cam Ward? Because that's what we've seen before. So I'm not really bought in on his ADP being too low, but I am saying, why is Willis going ahead of him? Why is Tyler Shuck going ahead of him?
And that's truly my question, is why is Tyler Shuck and Malik Willis going ahead of him? Jordan Love is 20, but we've talked about Jordan Love having like 4 wide receiver 3s on his team, so that makes sense. But at least Sam Darnold has an elite top 3 wide receiver in the league. That's the interesting thing.
It's just like, and again, I hate to compare other receivers, but we see this all the time. Justin Jefferson had 1,800 yards in the season, then he fell off. Not fell off like big time, but he's not reaching 1,800 yards again. Cooper Kupp, 1,900, never hit it again. Calvin Johnson that one year hit 1,964. The very next year, 1,492. Like, players, it's impossible. I'm not gonna say impossible. That anything's possible, as Kevin Garnett once told me. But to expect a wide receiver to almost achieve 1,800 yards again on 119 catches with 10 touchdowns. Touchdowns are not given in the NFL. We saw Alvin Kamara go from a phenomenal, like, record-breaking year of touchdowns to the next year having like 5. Like, we've seen that happen in recent history. So touchdowns are not a given. I just am not comfortable starting Sam Darnold on my fantasy football team when so many other options are out there. So many guys. Like if you look at the people below, Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett is not a guy I want, but I guarantee he's going to sling the ball more than Sam Darnold. And he has Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison, Michael Wilson, and his new running back out of the backfield that was obviously better than Price because he was drafted higher, and people love him this year. I love him too, by the way. I love. Why is Brissett so low? That's the real question. What's going on?
Why is Daniel Jones at 26?
Yeah, I'm scared of his injury.
Me too.
I'm scared. That's why I'm scared of his injury. 100%. But things, guys, ADP from now till draft day will change massively as your leagues start going on. The casual. We just had a work league start up, and those guys don't know much about fantasy football, so they're going to draft the known players. So ADP will shift. We will see some major falls and some major rises. But this is what I'm going to ask you because we're going to track this. I brought it up in our chat last night. We're tracking this. I need you to pick a player you think is going to rise the most and fall the most. It doesn't have to be positional, one player each. I'll give you mine. I'll give you mine. So I'll give you mine to be fair because I know you're like, I don't know. And I'm not going to use Stephon Diggs. I'm going to use Brian Thomas Jr. Right now, he's sitting at wide receiver 34. I see him rising the most out of any receiver. I think that training camp is doing him well. I think preseason is going to do him well. I think a lot of positive things are going to come out of camp. And I think he's going to be rising because the casual players are going to go, wait, he was good a couple years ago and he was hurt all Brian Thomas. Write that down. The guy I see dropping the most out of any league by far, and I don't want to say this, it hurts my feelings. I think Achan's going to drop, man. People are they're hating on Achan, and I'm drafting him in the first round. But I think as the season goes along and we all realize how bad the Dolphins are going to be and they don't have any weapons, and people are going to go, well, he's the only show in town, so he's going to get bottled up. I think he's going to be falling down. Right now, he's at wide receiver 7. I could see him falling out of the top 12, which is, if that happens, pounce, because he's currently my running back 1. I laid it up for you. You're going to beat me because I took ones that aren't going to fall that much or rise, but I think they should.
I'm gonna flip. I think Jaden Daniels rises. He's currently
I like it.
QB5 in ADP, so there's not much to rise with. We're looking at Joe Burrow, Drake May, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen right now. But I think with the addition of Diggs, Terry McLaurin now has better option. Terry McLaurin won't be covered as much. You'll have to worry about Diggs. This is going to just increase Jaden Daniels' stock, and the casual listener is going to go sophomore slump. He'll be back for his 3rd season. We're fine. And I think the casual person will draft Jaden Daniels more often than some of us people that are drafting in May and June. I think that is a player that's going to rise. As far as falling, I would probably say Harold Fannin Jr. Tight end 6 right now. And again, I'm going with the casual. He is a brown. I think he falls because he is a brown. And you're saying he's going to rise. Yeah, he very much could. But I'm thinking once casuals start drafting in 2 weeks, we're going to see Sam Laporta, Kyle Pitts, George Kittle, Travis Kelce, Dalton Kincaid all get drafted ahead of Harold Fannin Jr. because everybody that has gotten him to tight end 6 isn't drafting anymore. They've already drafted.
That's true. Oh, I hate that. I hate that for everybody. But real talk, we're gonna get on out of here. We'll be back next Wednesday. And look out for me on Mondays because cold brews and hot takes, or whatever we're calling it, will be starting. Did not cross this by the boss. Preseason this year. We're doing preseason shows. That's right. And we have a new co-host that is permanent, and it's been confirmed. So you won't have to deal with me every Monday. We'll have 2 of us. Justin seems so happy about it.
Finally, somebody else that can actually run the stream.
Thank you. Please. That's the main reason. And someone who could possibly help with thumbnails because he's pretty good at that too. So anyway, I'm Josh. That's Justin over here. We got to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Make sure you share it with a friend. Show your friends the league tool on fantasynowplus.com. It's a very brand new website. Justin has been working his off to get this thing ready for you in your draft season. It's all literally no templates, all custom. Right, Justin? You put a lot of work into this. So please go check it out. fantasynowplus.com. With that being said, guys, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. See you guys next week. Peace.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.